All right, guys, welcome back. So after Sierra pulled the oil filter and I checked what was dripping out of the oil filter housing, I said that the oil was fairly clean. It had some color to it on the dipstick, but the lower oil actually, in my opinion, showed to be a little bit darker in deposits. So that's why when the Oil Geek says you're going to continue to test your engine oil, how you remove it, which is either you're sucking it from the top or you're pulling it from the bottom. So So pulling it from the dipstick and taking a look at it through the shiny dipstick was a little deceiving to me, although it was very clean compared to 99% of the customers we see here with overextended oil changes. And for me, what I want to see every time I change my oil is clean engine oil, and this, on the scale of clean, was clean. And my professional opinion of how this engine's being used and the quality of oil in it, and getting to know this engine's behavior at 309,000 miles, are that this engine oil probably could have went another 1,000 miles by my visual experiences, not sending it out to a lab. So what I told Sierra is I'm going to decide to just change the oil, because I'm going to just continue to say that engine oil is cheap. I mean, look how clean that is on my finger. Engine oil is cheap, engines are expensive. Even though Valvoline Restore and Protect is a little costly to the consumer. So I said, hey, let's just change the oil, and I'm going to just stick with 3,000 mile oil changes. But I was just curious for results of my engine, knowing I had an oil consumption problem at 3,000 miles prior to Valvoline Restore and Protect, then having no oil consumption at 3,000 miles and having oil consumption at 4,000 miles, but knowing the last times we've driven this vehicle in the abuse category two times in 2 weekends. So the one weekend, which was last weekend, no, the weekend before that, we put the Sequoia through 5 hours of driving in one day up and back. So almost 10 hours of driving, and the car never shut off. So that is extreme abuse conditions on this current oil. And that's possibly where the oil consumption started, is those high mileage, those high hour drives at high speeds. And then yesterday, we drove this vehicle for probably 4 hours consistently, shutting the vehicle off one with idle time and excessive speeds in the 90 miles an hour range consistently. So conditions have everything to do with what you're seeing in your engine. And the problem is when you start letting it go further than the engine oil can handle, that's when you start having problems like the Oil Geek's wife's car, where the contaminants and deposits are suspended in oil vapor from multiple reasons and sticking and gooing up your inside of your engine. Hence your oil dipstick is got some baked on crap there that should not be there, right? So if you've seen, my engine oil dipstick didn't have that at all, and we beat the snot out of the Sequoia when we're using it, and we use regular gasoline in most cases, and we use super every once in a blue moon. But that's it. So I decided to not add a half a quart to this and go another 1,000 miles, only because I don't really want to push this engine, although I know I better get my butt in gear and put a timing belt on this before it blows a timing belt. So I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I definitely need to do it. But there you go. That was my choice. Thanks for watching.